Hey guys, and welcome back to Call Your Friends. We're your friends, Lauren and Maddie, and we are recording live from Hawaii.
Yes.
Maybe you can hear some bird sounds. There's a lot of wildlife here.
We were talking about this because I was like, maybe we shouldn't record outside because it's pretty loud. But Maddie said that she always listens to podcasts where people record outside, and they're always like, you can probably hear the birds chirping, and you never can.
Yeah, you can never hear the birds chirping. I feel like here it's a lot of wind.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's not picked up because I feel like that would just be annoying. But you know what? We got to squeeze it in. Mm-hmm. It's Friday. Currently, we're recording Friday. This episode has to go up today. So
yeah, full transparency.
We're out of options, guys. This is what's happening today. But we want to give you a little recap of our trip, talk about family vacations in general, because I'm sure as anyone who's ever gone on a vacation with their family knows, there's a lot of dynamics that are involved.
That is for sure.
A lot of family time, you know?
So much.
So we wanted to get into that today. We did an episode on the Sister Diary when we were in Greece, I think.
Yeah.
And we talked about just like our favorite trips. And I know that was a favorite for some of you guys. So we want to update you, I guess, on some of the things that we've done recently. And I don't know, later maybe we can get one of our family members to come in, depending on how much time we have. But that would be interesting. One of our friends, you could call them.
These are the friends that we were talking about when we first started calling our friends.
Yeah, we really need to call someone soon.
Okay, I will say that today we are planning on answering some voicemails from you guys, our actual friends. So hopefully that will be a little better than our, family friends.
Yeah, we love them, but, it's a lot of family time.
Yeah.
So anyways, since last week, we obviously flew to Hawaii. We actually flew from LA to Honolulu, and then from Honolulu we took a small plane to Lanai, which is where we are now. And how would you describe the island, Lauren? It's very unique.
Yeah, it's definitely very different than the other island that we visited. Did we visit one or two islands last time?
Last time we went to Hawaii, I was in grade 12, so that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
How many years ago was
you
that?
were my age, so
it was 2014.
8 years ago?
15,
yeah,
16,
8 years.
17, 8 years ago. We came to Hawaii. We went to the Big Island, and we went to Oahu. Hope I'm pronouncing everything correctly in this episode. But it was just it was like an American experience, I would say. Mm-hmm. There's like Costco and Target and all the great things that the U.S. has, obviously because Hawaii is part of the U.S., but we were looking for something a little bit more of a unique experience. Mm-hmm. So I think that this island really gives you that experience. You don't really feel like you're in the rest of the U.S., which is super nice. Just like something different. It's very tropical, very humid. If you're watching the camera, you can see my hair is literally so frizzy from the humidity. But it's just been super relaxing. It's very quiet here. Mm-hmm. What else?
Yeah, I would say that the hotel that we're staying at right now, so there's basically two main hotels on the island, and one of them is called Sensei, and that's the one that we're staying at right now. And it's almost like a retreat. It's adults only, plus me. And
16 and up. Not really an adult, but...
Yeah. And it's very just relaxing. You don't really see many other people, and it feels very private.
Yeah,
So
sure.
It's been a very nice experience, and, of course, very different than LA.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we did some spa treatments yesterday. Why don't we give a rundown of the first day we got here and then yesterday. Today's day 3, technically. So day 1, we just flew here, went to the gym. You didn't go to the gym. I went to the gym.
I was going to say, did we?
Then we had dinner at the restaurant at the hotel here, which is a Nobu restaurant, but it's not like the typical Nobu menu. It's like a concept restaurant by the chef from Nobu. So... that was really great. And then yesterday we woke up.
We had a big day.
Yesterday was busy. There's a lot of activities here kind of included in the package that we purchased. So we've been super busy.
Yeah. Yesterday we woke up and Maddie and I, we had a couples massage.
Oh my gosh.
And we walked in and they were like, oh, we thought you might be like a man and woman couple. We were like, oh, we're sisters.
Yeah. We actually didn't say that, so they probably do think that we're a couple, but that's fine. I mean, we kind of look alike, so that would be a little bit weird.
And then today, the lady who brought us our room service thought that we were twins. So
I'm like,
maybe they did know we were sisters.
Is this a compliment? Like, have you seen my fine lines? Because I'm actually looking pretty old these days.
Maybe I'm looking old. Maybe I have fine lines.
No.
Is that what she's trying to tell me?
I feel like maybe she just didn't look at us too closely. I think you were laying in bed, were you? So
okay, maybe.
yeah. Oh
Yeah.
no, that was later. But anyways,
And
so
then after our massage, what did we do? We came back here and we
went to the gym.
Oh, yes. We went to the gym and then we had lunch and showered and then we went horseback riding, which was very, very fun.
It was so fun.
Mm-hmm. But also we were saying that it was very cool, but also like a lot of walking, I would say, for the horses, not for us, you know?
Yeah, we didn't walk, but the horses did. Yeah, it was just pretty slow, like any trail ride type of thing.
The funniest part is that, like, on Darian's, is it her Aura ring that counted it, or her, like, Apple Watch or something? She was saying that she took, like, 15,000 steps or something.
She's like, oh, awesome, I took so many steps.
Yeah, and then we looked at when the steps were taken, and it was actually the horses doing the walking. Yeah. We didn't really do much of that.
No, not too much activity for us, but the horses did a nice, like, 5-mile loop, so that was great. But that was super fun. I'm a horse girl, so, you know, right up my alley.
Yeah.
A highlight for sure.
We came back here, and a little bit later, we went on a sunset sail, which
wasn't good for Lauren or I.
It wasn't good for the two of us because we both get very boat sick.
Seasick. Ocean sick, you could say.
I think it's seasick.
It is, but we're on the ocean, so.
Okay.
The thing is, I don't actually usually feel sick, but I think I was just like, well, I've been doing these vlogs on TikTok, so I was filming stuff, and I was, like, looking at my phone, maybe watching videos and stuff, so then when I started to look up, I was like, wow, I feel actually terrible. Like, there's no escaping this feeling because we're in the middle of the ocean with, like, 20 people on this boat, and there's nowhere to get to land, so it was pretty terrible. We both took a, what is it called?
Dramamine or something?
Yeah, gravel type of thing because we felt like we were going to throw up off the side of the boat. Yeah. We didn't, but I was laying down by the end of it, closing my eyes and just, like, hoping that we were going to get back soon.
Yeah. I don't really do well with motion. I'm bad at roller coasters, bad with boats, a lot of things, honestly. Yeah, sure. It's pretty much every time I go on a boat, I feel seasick. So it wasn't really any surprise to me, but
we're a little worried because today we're actually going on the same boat. So I've been Googling, why do you get motion sickness and how do you prevent it? So I'm going to pop a gravel before we get on the boat and not look at my phone. That's my strategy. Mm-hmm. Also face forward because I was, like, facing the side and Lauren was laying on me. And then it hit me like a wave. It was terrible. I was in the same boat as Lauren.
Oh my god, these are terrible. This is like something I would say and you'd be like, can you stop?
So now we're in the same boat.
Okay. Enough of that. Anyway, after that we went for dinner at the other hotel on the island and
that's it.
It was great, yeah. Then we came back here and we went to bed and now it's day 2. What have we done so far?
Real day 2.
Not much. We had breakfast.
Yeah, we ordered breakfast. We are podcasting now. Mm-hmm. We had a late start. I mean, we could have got up early because I set my alarm for 7:30. Not that early, but, you know, it would have been smart to get up at that time and start doing stuff. We didn't really do that. We kind of just relaxed. Lauren edited her TikTok for today. Mm-hmm. For yesterday, I guess. Yeah, and yesterday's video.
We made some TikToks. We actually, when we were having breakfast, somebody, I won't name names, Madison, closed the door, and we don't have a room key. So basically we were locked on our little balcony.
Where we are right now, if you're watching the video.
Yeah.
Yes, we were. So then they say engineering is coming. I'm like, I don't think we need engineering. Like, anyone with a key to open the door would suffice. But engineering comes. They're like, oh, do you want us to check out the door? Like, we're hearing that you're having an issue. I
was like, no, the lock works fine. Thank you. The lock definitely works.
Yeah, I don't know what's been up. I've been kind of forgetful on this trip. I lost my passport. What else?
You lost
my Aura ring.
Aura ring. You also lost your backpack yesterday.
Oh, I left my backpack at the hotel. I don't know what's going on. It's been a disaster. Mm-hmm. So I have to figure that out for sure. Did I get my backpack back? Yeah. Okay. Well, that's pretty much the recap so far. We are here for 2 more nights. How many nights have we been here? 2.
Yeah.
So we're at this resort, Sensei, for 2 more nights, and then we're heading to the other resort on the island, the beach resort, which will be so fun because obviously we're in Hawaii. We haven't really been to the beach yet. This is the first day that we put on a bathing suit because we're going on this snorkeling tour. So that'll be really nice. It's more of like what you expect from a vacation here, I would say. Although this has been amazing, and it just feels like we're like in a different planet. Like the soil or whatever. What is it called? Dirt. Like the dirt is very red. So I feel like we're in like the desert somewhere, but also there's a lot of like jungle vibes. It's really hard to explain.
That's true.
It's a great mix of everything, though.
Yeah, if you check out our Instagram stories, you'll probably see what we're talking about. But yeah.
Soil.
Plug.
Oh, do you want to know our Instagrams? Okay, let's run through the list.
Let's not. Maddie has like sex.
All right. Well, on that note, let's move on to some things that are happening in the world because we got to get on a snorkel tour very shortly. So number one, something that I thought was interesting that I saw in like social media news was apparently, allegedly, we don't want to get sued, allegedly, Olivia Rodrigo is dating Zach Bia. Yes, they've been spotted.
This is news to me.
You have to follow Demois. Have you heard of Demois?
No, I have no clue what that is.
It's like a celebrity gossip page, but a lot of the stuff that they say is really accurate.
Wow.
For example, Darian was like freaking out about Rihanna being pregnant, and I'm like, I feel like I knew that. Like, I've heard that, and it was from Demois. So I would say a fairly reliable source, more reliable than Daily Mail. Apparently, Daily Mail is not a great source, so please don't read Daily Mail. We got some DMs that were like, Daily Mail is a terrible news source. So disregard that. That was a mistake. We did not know that. But Demois, I mean, it's definitely not the most reliable, but it's interesting. I learned a lot of stuff there. So Zach Bia and Olivia, what do you think?
I mean, kind of an unexpected couple.
He dates everyone, though. Like, he dates
That's true.
the it girls, which is really interesting. So I could see it.
Yeah, I mean, sure. I don't really know much about him, honestly. I know he dated Madison Beer, right?
Yes. Well, apparently he wasn't like a great guy to Madison Beer, so I don't know then. Maybe I don't support.
Maybe we don't ship.
Well, we'll see what happens with that if that ever is like publicly released. But anyways, thought that was interesting. I also have seen that on TikTok. The girl, what's her username? @HannahKosh. Kosh. Do you know it?
I don't.
You definitely would recognize her videos. It's hard to describe what she looks like, but her username is just @HannahKosh, and she posts just celebrity TikTok news gossip, and she talked about Madison and Zach. No, she talked about Olivia and Zach also. So we'll see. Also, something that's going on was Hailey Bieber had a whole health scare. Have you heard about this?
You and Darian were telling me about this, I think.
Yeah, so basically, really scary. She was eating breakfast with Justin. She like posted this whole statement.
She's like, how do you know the details?
Because she posted, she's like, I was in Palm Springs eating breakfast with my husband, and I started to have stroke-like symptoms, which is obviously terrifying when you're 20. I think she's my age, 25 years old. You don't expect to have stroke-like symptoms at all.
Yeah.
And she had a blood clot that went away naturally, like was passed naturally, but apparently had like a stroke. A very small stroke, and had to go to the hospital. And Justin's been like traumatized and can't sleep ever since, which is really sad.
But really
she's okay.
Scary. Well, glad to hear that she's okay.
Yeah, so scary. Cannot even imagine that, but definitely glad to hear that she has made a recovery and she's okay. And can you think of anything else? Those are my two stories that like stuck out to me as being interesting.
Honestly, not really. Like, I need to write things down when I hear about them throughout the week, because I feel like sometimes I hear things and I'm like, okay, I'll talk about that on the podcast, and then I forget them. I'm very forgetful. So.
Well, there's been some more Pete and Kanye drama, if you've been following.
I saw text messages between them.
Yes. So Pete texted Kanye and goes, "Hi, it's Skeet," which is what Kanye calls him on Instagram.
What does that mean?
He just calls him Skeet.
Oh,
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what it means. But I thought that was funny. And it was just like kind of a sad text exchange. I feel like this drama needs to end, or at least has to be taken off the internet, because it's just like kind of sad. It's like too much information, you know?
And it's like their family.
I know, and there's 4 kids involved, and imagine you were a kid reading that about your dad, and
oh my,
like there's all this drama going down on his Instagram. So I thought that was actually, it's like not even interesting because it's sad to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like everyone's kind of over it too.
Some things are better dealt with in private.
I would say most things, to be honest.
That's probably true.
Yes. All right. So why don't we get into our voicemails, because we are super excited to talk to you guys.
I actually have a funny comment before we play the voicemails.
Okay.
So a lot of the guys in my grade really want to come on the podcast.
What?
Like, they've been asking if they could like do a guest episode, be the friends that I call, you know.
Oh my
gosh. I was like, maybe. And I told them to leave a voicemail.
Did they leave one?
I don't know.
Okay, I don't
We'll
think
see if they actually did, but I hope that we play them if they did. Also, what would they say though? Like,
well, they could do, like, we could do a funny episode, like ask them questions that our listeners have for guys or something.
Oh,
that would be
oh my gosh,
one.
that would be really good.
Okay, we're doing that.
Maybe we'll get them on
next week. Let's do it.
Okay.
All right. So first up, we have a voicemail from Natalie, and here it is.
Hey, Lauren and Maddie. I'm Natalie, and I really like your guys' podcast, and I love how you rebranded it to Call Your Friends. I really like that idea. And I guess I have to say, I have a question for Lauren, and it's, how did you figure out what you wanted to major in? Because right now I'm a junior in high school, and I have, like, interests, but I don't know what I really want to pursue or what career I want, and my parents are kind of, like, getting on me about that. So I was just wondering, how did you figure out that you wanted to major in business? And did, like, social media, like, factor in that decision? Because, you know, that's, like, behind the scenes stuff that you're involved in. Like, did that factor into your decision? And yeah, that's my question. I really like you guys' podcast, and just keep going. Bye.
Aww,
so cute.
That's very sweet. Thank you for listening, Natalie, and for saying that you liked our podcast. I would say, honestly, I didn't know what I wanted to major in for a very long time, literally until I was applying to universities, because at the end of last year, I had to develop this thing called a rising year plan that my school makes us do as part of, like, the whole university prep stuff. And the programs that I had on that plan were, like, there was a very big range of programs, I guess. So I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I was thinking about psychology or sociology. A lot of schools don't have business programs for undergrad. So at some schools that wasn't even an option. So I really didn't know what I wanted to do, but then this year when it came to actually applying, I guess I don't know. I would say that definitely doing all this stuff on social media has, like, inspired me to go into business, and I don't know if I would have otherwise, but I know that one day I want to start my own business, or maybe work with Maddie. So
that's my plan.
I think that I just figured that going into business would allow me to, like, build a foundation that I could use to one day start my own business. And I guess you
can just say I inspired you. It's fine.
Okay, sure. She inspired me. But I think also just remembering that, like, although it feels like a very big decision that you have to make right now, a lot of people change majors. A lot of people change schools even. So I feel like there's a lot of pressure on you to make the right choice. But just know that you can switch if you aren't happy with your choice. So, yeah, I guess just explore your different interests and figure out what you want to eventually do one day, and then what program you would have to go into to pursue that.
Great advice.
Thank you.
I also think something that's interesting about American schools, I don't know if you're calling from the U.S., but they don't make you declare your major until third year, which is actually a great idea because, like Lauren said, there's a lot of pressure to choose, and a lot of people end up changing anyways. So if you're able to have those 2 years to figure out what you like and take a variety of courses and then decide, I feel like that is a better strategy than picking from day one. Not even day one. Like, you have to pick, like, halfway through grade 12, which is kind of crazy, and it probably would save everyone time and money by, like, redoing courses or, like, getting enough credits in the right areas to graduate.
For sure.
So I think that would be really great. That's, I guess, only relevant if you're going to school in the U.S., though. Yeah,
if you are going to school in the U.S., you can either apply undeclared at a lot of schools, or you can just pick pretty much any major, and then you have 2 years to figure out what you really want to go into. And then at the end of those 2 years, when you're a little bit older and maybe have a bit of a better idea as to what you want to do one day, then you can choose your major. But I don't know, for some programs you need to know right off the bat.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, if you want to be a doctor or do anything in science.
Engineer sometimes.
Yeah, like more specific jobs you really need to know. But if you are doing something in general arts or even like business, marketing, that type of thing, you usually can change things around. And something that I really liked was taking a variety of courses in different faculties. I think that's what it's called. Like, I took a business course, did terribly in it, but I took accounting, and that was just because I wanted to just try it, and I could take that even though I wasn't an accounting major or a business major. So you can also just mix in a variety of types of courses so that you're really doing things that you're interested in. And the last thing I'll say about this is usually your major doesn't matter that much. Like, the degree is important, but say you did I guess BMOS isn't a good example, but like you did psychology and you decided that you don't actually want to be a psychologist, you still have a Bachelor of Arts degree.
Right.
So you can do something else, and your employer probably doesn't care like what your specialization was in, more so if you have the degree and what your degree was in. So that, I hope, takes the pressure off a little bit from like having to figure out what exactly you want to do when you're 17 years old, which is crazy.
Yeah. So basically, unless you want to go into something super specialized, you have some time to figure it out. And I guess just the decision feels bigger than it actually is.
Everyone's in the same position, too. I think it's pretty rare to have someone who knows exactly what they want to do when they're 17.
Absolutely.
All right, let's do another one.
Hey, Maddie and Lauren, it's Kaylee, Maddie's summer assistant, and I just wanted to quickly pop on and tell Maddie how much I love her clothes, and I get so many compliments on them, and they're one of the best qualities that I've ever worn, and I can't wait for future pieces. And yeah, so thanks for having me. Good luck.
Aww.
That is so nice. Kaylee worked with me last summer in Toronto, just helping with all the things that we do on the business side. So nice to hear from you, and thank you so much for the compliments. That's so sweet.
Why do I feel like you chose this voicemail?
Well,
just like a little ego boost, you know?
Yeah, like, thank you very much
for all of the compliments.
No, that's actually makes my day to hear about quality, because obviously I'm crazy about quality. I care about it so much. So seriously, so sweet. And I want to talk quickly about future pieces.
Yeah.
Because, well, Lauren's my model, so she's seen the pieces.
I tried them all on.
We have some silk coming out, hopefully soon. To be honest, we had some sizing issues. Everything is a little small, so I'm trying to make some adjustments.
I try it on, and I'm like, Madison, I can't get this over my butt.
And then I tried, and I was like, oh no, it doesn't zip. It does not go over my butt either. So
back to the manufacturer.
To the drawing board. I'm like, can we stop production right now?
Like, right now.
Yeah, so we did that. We stopped production. We're going to loosen it, I think, by at least an inch on the extra small. So I'm hoping that it fits and it's resolved. But I mean, that's what goes on when you run your own business. There's a million problems. Everything turns out well in the end usually, but getting to there is always interesting. So yes, I mean, I'm always so happy when things come out. We're doing a lot of silk in the next few months, which I'm really excited about. I know we started with loungewear, but we're kind of evolving.
So that is our little Hawaii update for this week. We will have much more to tell you about in next week's episode, because that will be coming out like just after we leave Hawaii, so we can pretty much tell you about the whole trip then. But in the meantime, if you want to keep up with what we're doing on TikTok, we're both doing day in the lives over there.
Every day, right, Laura?
Every day, hopefully, if I can stick with it.
She'll stick with it. Tell her.
For you guys.
Comment on Lauren's Instagram and say, please keep vlogging on TikTok.
Yeah, perfect. That's the motivation I need.
Exactly.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for listening, and we'll talk to you next week.
Bye.